thank you, Kelly, once again for joining us, and we will not keep you any time longer. So I want to talk about your team, the Kelly Lundberg team. So, what is the qualities and the skills that you're initially were looking for to build your brand, because at the end of the day they will also represent your brand.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. And when I kind of looked at the questions beforehand, I was like, what is it that I really look for? And sure, they got to have their skill, but it's never the first thing that I would look for.
Yeah.
For me, it's about energy. Do I want to spend time with this person? Because we spend a third of our life at work.
Definitely,
and whether
yeah.
we're sitting side by side or we have to communicate with them, we've got to want to spend time with that person. So for me, energy, likability, like they're always, for me, more important than, can we build on this skill? Can we get better at it? And both my full-time employees, the first full-time hire I made, the first one, was actually to help me develop content. So I knew the video content creation. In order to expedite that, I needed someone full-time. Now the roles changed and it's now virtual, but that was my first full-time hire, I want to say over 7 years ago.
Wow.
And she's still with me. And then my second hire, who's still with me full-time, we have a great relationship. And I actually just did a post recently that I shared on LinkedIn and on Instagram, and it was quite interesting because so many people reached out to me and said, oh, that was a lovely post that you did about Irish. And I was like, well, it struck me at how much it landed with so many people, because I was like, well, I wouldn't be where I was without what she does. Absolutely. And why can we not celebrate their successes and how she's grown as a person over the last 6 years? And it felt very natural, but I was quite surprised at everyone from my sister messaging me going, that was so nice, to, clients, to actually people even reaching out and going, can we hire her? And I was like, no, she's my full-time employee. She's my team member. And we have a really lovely relationship. And actually, in particular, Irish had said to me just recently, oh, my sister says that I'm so lucky because we've got such a good relationship. And I'll always look at ways that I can enhance our relationship, or the little things that we do, or she's family. That's how I see it.
Exactly.
And I've never managed a big team. I don't know if that's right, but that's how I do it.
Well, across the years, they become your second family. So you need to actually be able to get along with them, and they need to get along with you, and it's a work relationship. It's a relationship at the end of the day. And so we had a saying before when I used to work. The company had a slogan. It says that we hire for attitude and train for skills.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying earlier.
Yes, that stuck with me because different people has perhaps the same set of skills, but it's their attitude, how they react, how they do within a work environment that makes them good or not fit to a job. So basically, is your relationship in the previous work helped you in dealing with your current employees? Would that had an effect?
I think I'd been on my own for so long, and it's all kind of happened very organically. I think more so was having the confidence to hire someone full time. I think when you own your own business, and I pretty much own my own business for the last 20 years or so. So I think being on my own, then going, oh, what if I don't have enough work for this person? Then going, oh, well, how do I grow? How do I manage? So for me, it's been very much learn how you develop that relationship, because I wasn't exposed to that those kind of opportunities, or maybe those kind of leadership skills, because I'd been in another position.
Yes. And also it's a matter of trusting and delegating. Because when you've been like on your own for so many time, it kind of affects how your your relationship with another person who might be good at doing this job, or maybe I should do it by myself, or yeah, it's also like a matter of trust that this person will actually do the job,
Yeah.
or will do a great job on it. So how is the transition between being an employee and owning your own business? You are an entrepreneur, you are a businesswoman, you are a coach. How is the transition, and what made you decide to do that? Like, and what is the challenges? Do you have any fears at first?
I think because for me, it was so long ago that I was really young and very naive.
Okay.
So I think a huge part of being naive, you don't think too much about, oh, well, what will happen here and what will happen here. I didn't have any dependents, so it was all about me. I didn't need to worry about anything in that sense, except for making enough to pay for rent and to live and to continue to build the business. And I think for some people, when they've got, and that can work for and against you, because I think, well, because I didn't maybe have dependents or knew I needed X, Y, and Z, then maybe I didn't push myself as much as maybe I could have if I knew I needed to pay school fees or, make sure that this was covered or that was covered. So I think that can go for you and it can go against you in some ways as well. But I think the transition from what I see now, probably more recently with clients, because my transition was so long ago, one of the things I see now that is those that have been in the corporate world and go into maybe owning their own business, there's certainly things like having a team around you, you miss. And you don't realise how much you rely on that. Just little things from, positivity to supporting you with tasks. But I think of all of the things, one of the pieces that really stands out is the self-motivation. Because when you're part of a team, like, they'll know if you're not at work. They know when you're not online. and when you go on your own, it's like, oh, well, who cares if I'm 10 minutes late? Or what happens if I don't work this morning? I could go and get my nails done. And I think it requires a huge amount of discipline to transition when you don't have the accountability.
Right. Because, if you're an employee, you have a certain time of the day.
Absolutely.
And when you go home, you're done. When you own your business, I think you work 24/7 and you're on top of everything.
You'd like to think you're on top of everything. I
don't know
if we ever really are. I think that's potentially a myth. But I think that you're in control of it versus, answering. Well, but I suppose instead of answering to other people, you're doing it for yourself. Maybe it can be more empowering.
Well, I'm so fascinated by your journey, and definitely it inspired me even to think about other possibilities. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to keep you any time longer here. Thank you so much for gracing our studio today, and we're definitely keeping tabs on your amazing journey, and we would love to collaborate with you even more in the future.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.